Working with Jeff Barry and Ellie Greenwich and Bert Burns, as I had started to work with Neil Diamond, Bert discovered a great man named Van Morrison singing with a group called Them, and he recorded a Bert Burns song called Here Comes the Night, and then Bert signed them to Bang Records in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Bang Records meaning Bert Burns, Ahmet Ertegun, Nessa Ertegun, and Jerry Wexler.
Oh, there you go.
That's where the bang comes from.
Gabe, could you hit us with a Van Morrison album cover? Just we have Brown Eyed Girl there. Just a little visual.
Yeah. Goodbye, baby, 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 goodbye. No, that was the B-side. And we cut an album called I'm trying to think of the title. We cut about 8 or 10 sides in 3 days. The album was called Blowin' Your Mind. That was the title of the album. And it was off to the races. And the next thing we knew, that we had a very big artist in Van Morrison, which is today is still one of the most coveted artists. Rolling Stone thinks it's one of the most seminal rock and roll records ever made. And then I had the joy and yet seemingly unfavorable task of having to be the go-between guy between Van and Bert, because they had a bit of a falling out, and Van left Bang Records and booked me to start his Warner Brothers Records career with an album called Astral Weeks, which essentially he had a couple of producers. I can't think of their names. Better still, I don't mention their names because they left my name off the album. So there.
Oh, well, we're not mentioning them. Then. Forget it.
But the Van later on corrected that, and the album was called Astral Weeks. And again, Rolling Stone magazine came through a second time, telling us that is one of the most seminal top 20 albums ever made in the rock and roll genre.
Welcome to the world of Cabarabia, the world where Broadway, jazz, comedy, and pop share the spotlight and a 2-drink minimum. With your host, producer, director Clifford Bell, keeping the world safe for live performances in intimate settings on Global Voice Broadcasting.